Hi guys, welcome to Film Files. This is the movie review for Fool's Paradise. Now, it's hard for me to do this movie review of this film because I'm a big fan of Charlie Day and his show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So it's hard to see him in a different role and try to completely delete that from my mind and still watch this with a fresh set of eyes and have a fresh experience watching it. And he makes this extremely hard to do because a lot of the cast of this film are cast from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So I am seeing them like Artemis and the waitress, and of course, Glenn Howerton is in it as well, though very brief. I believe they did film a lot more with him and then had to edit it out to keep the film brief. This film is a satire of Hollywood, and it is in the style of the Coen brothers, where you have fantastical elements of characters acting weird or crazy or unusual and trying to tie that into the narrative and add comedy on top of having an emotional experience. The problem with that is the protagonist of the story doesn't talk throughout the film. He is almost mute, though he isn't. And that proves a very difficult challenge for Charlie Day as a writer and as an actor, though his expressions as an actor work to convey the different elements of the story or the different elements of the scene, to be specific. If there's a scene where the actor is confused, Charlie Day plays confused. So he plays it somewhat straight to the character and straight to the emotion of the scene. But I had an issue with the character he was playing because it was in many ways similar to Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I mean the character Charlie Kelly. And because of that, it even raised my suspension of disbelief higher than it had to be. The problem with having such a high suspension of disbelief is that it makes emotional connection with the characters really hard. So I found it very confusing when the film turned into a bromance film towards the second half of the movie between Ken Jeong's character and Charlie Day's character. Ken Jeong plays the character of a slimeball who's trying to climb using his clients, and he plays it quite well. Actually, he definitely brings certain elements to his performance that we haven't seen before in his past performances, which is great, and it does suit the film. It's just that the film never gets out of second gear, either with the comedy or with the emotional connection. I feel like they just didn't push the envelope as far as they could, and they were stuck or they were held back by the fact that the protagonist cannot talk. So a lot of the scenes are very hard to believe that all the other characters are talking to the protagonist and not waiting for responses, and just when they ask a question, you cut out to the next scene because we know the protagonist can't answer it, and you take the easy way out by just moving on to the next scene. And at no point in the film does anyone mention, hey, why do you never talk? Are you not able to talk? Okay, he's mute. They never talk about that, and it never comes up. And that is quite unnatural because in a way they are portraying real humans from this particular earth, right? They are not portraying this universe where it's okay to be not able to talk, and that's just part of how humans interact with each other, though it is here as well, but it's a lot more rare. And in a film of this magnitude, when you have a person rising the ranks and having emotional scenes with a person and still not addressing that feels a bit strange. And because of that reason, I wasn't able to connect with it emotionally. I honestly feel like the film noir episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is written funnier than this film. And this film really holds back its jokes. I definitely did laugh a few times, but I wasn't able to just have an amazing, entertaining experience as though I was watching a comedy and watching people in these crazy situations. It did remind me of The Big Lebowski, and that film somehow was able to do both. It was able to connect with me as an audience member and as well as make me laugh. And I feel like that's what Charlie Day was trying to do with this film, but just couldn't get there for some reason. So the bromance part of the story was only set up one way, where you have Ken Jeong's character wanting to really like Charlie Day's character and try to use him and try to feel like he's part of his team, but it didn't feel like Charlie Day's character was reciprocating that for most of the film till the scene where Ken Jeong's character passes away. And that's when Charlie Day really starts to miss his character, which felt a bit odd to me. It felt like the emotional connection was a bit forced and it didn't really feel natural. So overall, I would recommend that people watch this film, though it is not the best, and that's hard for me to say because I really, really like Charlie Day as a performer and as a writer because his show is amazing. It is the best show on TV. But unfortunately, this film is not the best. I would give it a 3 out of 5, and I would say, yeah, you can watch it. It's a decent independent film. Guys, do you want to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe buttons right there? I'm sure you can find it. Can you find it? Cool, thank you.